With that being said, we came into this season with some questions on the Senator side to be answered, with some players who hadn't had a whole lot of varsity experience and really relying on a bunch of underclassmen who became seniors and juniors. First week at Eastern, we probably have more questions right now than we did when we went into that game. The injury bug definitely hit the Senators quite hard, so we have some big holes that we are filling, and we've got people. The motto is next man up, and we definitely have that. It's just a question of who that next man for that spot is going to be.
Yeah, the motto of this team, not one. We're not one player. That is, at the most, and it's the sum of our parts, and it's going to be really interesting to see because we've got some young players that are going to be stepping in here. Roper McFeeder's there, stepping in tonight to start at running back with some suspensions and some injuries here. So it'll be interesting to see, especially I do like the timing of this game for us to be able to kind of work some kinks out maybe before we get into some real heavy hitters here. The Wolfpack coming in got pretty, whacked against Switzerland County last week.
I believe they gave up 6 touchdowns through the air.
So Holden Bousman is licking his lips right now.
Yeah, so he's and the reason Coach Bousman's licking his lips is because the star running back for the Senators, Bobby Stevens, went down with a broken leg and then a dislocated ankle also. So he is out for the season. A 2,000-yard rusher last year that we're not gonna have this year. We're gonna fill that spot with Roper McFeeders that we already talked about, the freshman, the younger brother of Landon McFeeders, who was a star running back for the Senators a few years ago, and Mason Armstrong is gonna see quite a bit of time in the backfield as well, which wasn't probably the plan coming into the season,
No.
but is definitely the plan now.
And, he's played such a solid fullback last year. He was such a great change of pace for Bobby when Bobby needed a breather last year. And Mason could just work those hard yards. And it'll be interesting to see now, especially if Hunter Pate, coming back hopefully next week and see what Hunter can do. I really like it. If he holds on to the ball, we're not going to replace Bobby Stevens, but we can. If we can get a couple guys with those numbers, we can really make a good drive here.
And not only that, but Hunter Pate, he's coming back from an injury. Also, he missed quite a bit of time over the summer, so kind of still getting his legs back underneath him into football shape here.
It's an exciting battle we'll see right here tonight. We've got we got a team that's really hungry for a win here. The Wolfpack are going to give it all they got. We said 25 men on the roster.
Correct.
So we're trying to look there, and one young lady, a former student of mine, who's an excellent athlete. She's playing wide receiver. So Lacey Bachtin there. We'll see how she does.
And it's one of those that the Senators are probably a favorite coming into the season, and we'll see if they still are after this time. We're going to step away, have the national anthem, and we'll be back in just a moment.
To live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
And we're back on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream. Sorry for the mix-up there. We had a little bit of technical difficulties with the spot that we had. We'll make sure that we get that one going again. The McDonald's pregame sponsor we missed, so we'll definitely be back and get them back on before halftime for sure. The Senators come in tonight, and we're really seeing what we've got is kind of almost like a week one play again to see what we're going to do in order to make the make the season go. So it's an interesting time for the Senators.
Yeah, you don't want to sit there and take your whole playbook you worked on it all summer and just rip it up. But the basis is there. When you got Holden Bousman back there, who, as we saw against Eastern, can just take a play, Deshaun Watson style. Let me say that. Is that okay to say?
Yeah.
And just make a play. I've seen that kid since junior high. Just be able to take the team on his back and do some great things. And we've got the tools here. The offensive line. If you look at any football team, the offensive line is where everything starts, and ours is intact. So you can really move the ball, and you can also allows you to throw the ball because then you have more time to throw. And you got a mobile quarterback like him against some of these teams. I think the Wolfpack are going to struggle tonight to cover our receivers. I think we're going to have some big plays.
And that's something that Coach Bousman, I'm sure, is looking for, based on the fact that he's he lost his star running back. Mason Armstrong is out tonight, so he's not going to be in. We've got a freshman who's going to kind of fill those shoes there in the backfield. So it's going to be an interesting night overall for the Senators. Just kind of a week one all over again.
Yeah, it is.
to see where they fit in.
And we look on the Wolfpack side there. Keith Brooks is starting quarterback. He'll start his second career game at quarterback. He's one of only a handful of the Wolfpack starters that actually got to play last year. 13 seniors last year for the Wolfpack, a core group there. Won them 2 football games. And they graduated a lot of kids there that really made some strides. So they're a freshman and sophomore heavy. So it'll be interesting to see what he does.
Right. And it looks like the Wolfpack are battling some injury bugs too. They've got 4 or 5 kids walking in slings and on crutches, in street clothes. Kind of the same way with the Senators. They've got 3 or 4 guys who are in with street clothes and everything. So we're going to step aside, have a short commercial break before we really get going here. This one's going to be from Eddie Gilstrap Motors. We'll be back in just a moment.
Did you hear me? Okay.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Eddie Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for your sales, service, and auto body repair needs. Visit us today at eddieGilstrapMotors.com or come see us at 207 South Main Street, downtown Salem, Indiana.
Hey there, Radioland. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Back live here at Art Sanders Field on WSLM 1220. We're getting ready to see the Senators come walking out of the tunnel. Keys to the game tonight. We talked about this last week, and it's literally it sounded silly last week, but it's going to sound even more silly this week. It's score more points.
Yeah.
Last week we didn't score very much in the first half. We came out, really put it kind of away in the third quarter there. So we got to get out and we got to score early. This isn't a team that wants to play from behind.
And historically, I think last year might have been our worst actual output against the Wolfpack. I think it was 30 points. And usually they're the Senators like to get the 40 there as they're rushing on the field here. We got a great crowd. We got people filed into the gate next to the elementary and high school. I mean, that's at least what they're, Mr. Akers,
probably 75 to 100 people waiting in line to get in.
I know, and hopefully we don't have a Woodstock little fence jumping there going on.
So, keys to the game tonight brought to you by Eddie Gilstrap Motors, who we just heard the spot from. The Senators have taken the field. We are 2 minutes away from the opening kickoff. Mr. Mills, what do you think?
I think one of the biggest things we're going to have to see there, I think it's going to be the defensive pressure for the Senators. They get to that young quarterback in Brooks. He's going to make a mistake every time that they got something going against Switzerland County last week. There was interceptions that occurred, and it really swung the tide. I think you're going to see that after you look at what we did last week against Eastern. Could very well be a repeat here. You know, Parker Green with 2 interceptions, and I believe Glenn Rankin also had one. So.
That's one thing that we really didn't talk about a whole lot last week was the defense. With Coach Russell being an offensive guy, you know, the best offense or the best defense is keeping that offense on the field and just scoring more points.
Typically, you don't give up any points, you don't lose.
So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's one that we didn't talk a whole lot about. You know, the defense, but I think as the season goes on, the defense is really going to have to step up and you know, play a positive role in the game. You know, last week they were solid defensively, but I know that Gibby probably wants them to be even more solid than what they were. You know, he's always looking for improvement there.
Well, I just noticed that Crawford did defer the opening kickoff. They actually onside the opening kick last week against Switzerland County, which I'm sure they've already dissected on tape there. So it'll be interesting to see what occurs here as we get going.
Yeah, that was one that I also read was that you know, they did onside actually a couple of times.
Yeah.
And both times that they went to kick, you know, when they scored their 2 touchdowns, they did go for 2 each time. So I'm not real sure that they've got a kicker with a strong leg who's going to be able to, you know, pin anybody deep. So, you know, they're trying to recover that.
Well, I'm going to be stepping out, guys. Thank you so much. I'm going to turn it over to Coach Russell here, or as I call him, the grill man himself.
He definitely smells like the charcoal from down at the grill, but that's a good smell to have up here.
Appreciate it, guys. I'll see you guys some other time.
So we're going to let Coach Russell get settled in here. The Senators are going to start off on offense here at Art Sanders Field. Those of you watching at home on West Washington live stream, you see that great Senator painted in the middle of the field. I know Coach Jones and the maintenance crew here at school has spent countless hours working on that, getting it, you know, just perfect. Looks great. We're ready for the opening kickoff. Coach Russell, how was the grill?
Hot, extremely hot. But it was busy, and that's what we're known for is our pregame meals.
And it was definitely good. I had a chicken and some cheesy potatoes, and it was definitely good.
Oh, good. Glad we didn't burn anything.
There's a kick kind of to the open part of the field. Going to let it go out of bounds. Going to pick up a penalty on the first play.
The Senators will take over, I believe, 35?
Yeah. Yep. So.
And I didn't see, did Crawford win the toss and defer?
Crawford did win the toss and deferred. So going to have an illegal procedure on Crawford. Going to get the ball at the 35 to start the game.
Actually, it's 35.
Crawford does look to have some big offensive linemen. I don't know that they can go person for person with the Senators across the front, but
no, they got some big kids, but our kids look a little bit more athletic, actually a lot more athletic. Holden's going to keep it. I mean, that's a design run.
That's a design run right there. Holden in the open field.
Oh, he may go. Oh, 81.
81's going to pull him down. Dakota Tipton.
That was a nice play. You could tell that was a designed run. They faked a roper to the right side. Holden was keeping all the way around the left end, gets all the way down to the 28, which will make that a 37-yard gain. So a great way to start. And they drew him off sides.
So we're going to get our
hard count.
Our first penalty of the game also. I know the Senators had quite a bit of running they got to do with their.
Yeah. I believe Coach Bausman said the last game they had 10 penalties for 100 yards, so they ran 10 100-yard sprints. So I bet we think twice about doing anything silly this week.
Yeah, we're definitely going to be more
Discipline, and that was a great run right there by Roper McFeeters off the left side again. He was kind of hit it there at the line and bounced off and continued on, got about 9-yard gain out of it.
Now we're going to draw a penalty there, I believe. I believe that's going to be
another offsides on Crawford. And they were bringing Harrison Sanford across on the short or fast motion, where it was going to probably be a jet sweep to him. Oh, nice throw.
Nice throw.
Little bit behind him, but Chase
unable
had
to bring that one in.
I mean, that would have been a great catch by Chase.
Chase was able to get his hand on it, but unable to pull it in. So that's going to bring up second down. Second down and 5. Ball on the 9-yard line. Senators driving with their opening drive here.
Against Harrison, Chase, and Parker Green all out wide. There, Harrison goes in motion across, and is that false start? I think what they're calling there is, and it kind of looked like it. Harrison, just his shoulders just a little bit turned upfield as he was coming across. He thought it was going to be snapped, and it's one of those things when you're running, you can't see the ball. You're going by the voice.
Yeah, he's running with his back to the ball, so he doesn't see it at all. Senators with a really nice opening drive here. Going to be another jet sweep to the inside.
He's going to be in. Nope.
Yeah,
Yep.
He gets in.
Nice job.
Touchdown
Again,
by
that's
the
a jet
Senators.
sweep. It's a forward pass, and Harrison
Sanford does get
takes
in
it
there. So the Senators jump out early here, 6-0. That does go down as a pass because it is a pitch inside.
How long was that?
14 yards because they were on the 9 and got backed up for 5. So Senators come out in a 2-point conversion set. Roper McFeeters up the middle for a touchdown or for a 2-point conversion, make it 8-0 early here. The West Washington Senators do take the lead. 10:51 left to go here in the first quarter of play. And the Senators are already out to an 8-0 lead. They take that drive from the 35 and go straight down the field. Touchdown by Harrison Sanford, and then 2-point conversion by Roper McFeeters up the middle with the touchdown pass. Holden Bousman now, I believe, has 4 on the year.
I believe you're right, and that's the drive that we were looking for last week to start the game that never happened, and hopefully get off to a good start. We don't have all the bad luck that happens last week.
That's what Coach Mills and I talked about. We can't afford another week like what we had last week.
No.
That's going to be definitely a long season if we have another week like last week where we have all the injuries and everything coming in. So
I mean, you have 5 starters out tonight, and 2 of them is going to be out for the rest of the year. So it was a very costly win last week at Eastern.
Coming in to kick is Jake Strange, following in his father's footsteps.
I'd love to see Jake break out Jimmy's square-toed shoe and kick one time. You don't see those anymore, but back in the day, that's what everybody kicked with.
Yeah. Those of you watching on live stream, watch number 8, Glenn Rankin, go down the field here. He is my special teams a player star just to watch. He is a ball of fire going down the middle of this field.
I hope you didn't jinx him. Oh, nobody picks it up, rolls inside the 10, down to about the 7-yard line. Oh,
that was Roper McFeeters with that stick right there, number 24, the freshman running back, safety on defense. He went down the field and said, hello.
Exactly.
That may be the message that he sent to us to quit calling him the freshman and that he's a small running back in the backfield.
Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt Roper's going to be a big kid. You know, I don't know what Landon weighed when he was a freshman, but, you know, those two are built
A lot alike.
Almost identical.
You know, I don't know exactly how much Roper was thinking. You know, I'm sure he thought he was going to get a lot of playing time, but when Bobby goes down, he's going to get even more playing time.
There's a run by number 33 with basically nowhere to go. They do give him a gain of 1, but, you know, Senators gave up 8 points last week, but it really wasn't the defense. They blocked the punt and fell in the end zone. Was their scoring. And talking to Coach Bausman, he said if they had to do it over again, he would just have Holden step out of the back of the end zone and take a safety on that.
Number 21, Keith Brooks, is their quarterback. He is a 6'5".
Pitch out this side. No, oh my goodness. I'm not sure who came in backside as he turned. That would be Chase Farmer, laid a big-time hit on was it number 4 that carried the ball?
Yeah.
And
I think it was 34. Marcus Eldridge carried that.
And it was a fumble, and the Senators got the ball. Senators got the ball.
Senators got the ball out of that.
I didn't see the ball pop.
I didn't see the ball pop out either. Well, here, we'll watch it on replay. Those of you at home, you get the privilege of watching that on replay. Big stick coming in. So it did pop out there. Chase was able to get his helmet on that. Holden with the keeper.
No, he's not.
He's going to walk in.
Wow.
That's a quick scoring drive there by the Senators. One play, and they're in the 12-yard coverage there by Holden Bausman. Makes the score 14-0 already.
Yeah, and it was good blocking. I mean, he didn't get touched. Jake Strange at the end was able to seal the defensive end. Harrison out wide made a nice block, and, I mean, Holden could have walked in on that. Holden's going to got Chase for the 2-point conversion.
So Chase for a 2-point conversion there brings it 16-0. 9:51 here to go in the first period of play.
So the birthday boy's coming up big. It's Chase's birthday. Big hit, causes a fumble, and then catches 2-point conversion. So, you know, hopefully this is going to be a birthday he doesn't forget.
Yeah. We're going to step aside, take a short commercial break from the IHSAA, and we'll be back on WSLM 1220 in just a moment.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheer's for you.
You're number one! You're number one!
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
and the fact that you paid for your ticket,
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
High school sports.
You pay,
we play.
Everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators are up 16-0. Hunter Pavey comes in and makes the stop on the kickoff there.
We got great special team coverage that time. I mean, he caught it at 22, gets back to 27, only 5-yard return there. So nice job by Pavey. We saw Roper the first time. You know, our special teams is flying down the field.
Senators up 16-0, 9:45 here to go in the first period of play.
Again, Crawford comes out in that wing tee, motion this side. Ball up middle to loose again, and we got it. We recovered
fall on that ball. Hunter Pate on the recovery.
Wow. As bad as last week was for us is as perfect of a start as we could hope. And who's 22 coming into the ball game? He comes in at running back. I'm not sure.
22 is Brady Coulter, the senior,
Okay.
who went down last year with a knee injury.
We got trips out here. The near side, Parker, Harrison.
Going to be a
Chase.
timeout. Crawford's going to take a timeout. We're going to step away, take a short commercial break here from Salem Crossing, and we'll be back with more Senator football here on 1220 WSLM.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah.
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay,
We play.
everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field. Senators are out 16-0, controlling the ball. We've had 2 successful drives already.
Nice run. Brady Coulter,
Brady
right
Coulter
up the
out
middle.
wide.
He's going to
With a move,
score.
he's going to get into the end zone.
Nice job. I believe that's his first carry of the year.
Yep.
And can't ask for more. 1 carry, 22-yard touchdown at 9:33. So in a matter of a minute and 20 seconds on the game clock, we've put up 22 points, and I'm betting there'll be 24 points here in just a second. Nice job by the Senators. They had them all spaced out. You had 3 receivers to this side, Strange at tight end, and they ran Coulter Strange's side, and there was nobody there.
There's another jet sweep inside.
Chase can walk in.
Chase gets in around the end. Going to bring it 24-0. 24 points in a quarter is quite a bit.
And there's still 9.5 minutes left.
Yeah, that's 24 points in a little under 3 minutes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, technically, from the time we got the ball, it's a minute 18 seconds. We've scored 24 points. Because our first score came at 10:51, then we scored at 9:51, and then 9:33. So, Senators are rolling. And I don't know whether you've commented on these uniforms or not, but those things are sharp. The all red, these are brand new jerseys. They've got red with the silver numbers on them. I mean, just really look good. You look good, you play good.
Yeah, Jake Strange back to
there's third kickoff here.
Back to kickoff again. We've got the cheer clinic, Little Senators down on the sideline with the cheerleaders.
I'm sure their parents are going to be happy because they're going to be wore out from doing jumping jacks.
Yeah.
Kicks it inside the 20.
Going to go out of bounds. So we're going to get an illegal procedure on that, and going to hand it back over to Crawford on the 35. I'm sure they're going to accept that penalty.
I'm sure. Be their best starting position of the game.
Yeah.
It does look like what we saw in the second half last week. Trenton Benskin has moved back to middle linebacker, and that, you know, we talked last week. I mean, he filled that spot extremely well. You know, anything that came at him, he was meeting them at full speed, and they were going backwards.
Yeah.
So it's nice to see. And we're in a 5-2 against this wing T that Crawford continues to run.
So Benskin, our center, moves to linebacker. It's going to be a
Quarterbacks.
quarterback keep up the middle. Not going to get
Nothing.
anything.
I think they just wanted to get to second down and run a play without.
That was Keith
fumble.
Brooks, the quarterback, the 6'5" sophomore, 178-pound quarterback.
Through a game and a half, this is most impressed I've been with our defense for, the last few years.
Right.
They've came out and really played.
You see the Senator line scrambling there to get set. The 5 defensive linemen, the 2 linebackers, and then 4 DBs.
Motion away, pitch, and he's going to lose yardage.
He's going to lose yards. I can't quite tell who
I
brought
thought
that
it was
down.
number 44. Oh, they're going to move him back.
Going to move him back about a yard behind where they started this set of downs.
So Jaron Roll's going to come out. Roper McFeeters go in. So I'm assuming that means that we're going to go to a 4-3.
4-3 is my guess.
And Holden's in.
Or maybe a 4-4.
Yeah.
A 4-4 and walk Harrison up.
I think it's going to be a 4-3, and Roper's the strong safety, and he's the one that walked up, because you got Harrison and Chase out here on their 2 receivers. Got Parker far side and Holden deep. Definitely longest possession Crawford's had tonight.
Yeah.
Almost 2 minutes. Well, what's going on?
Well, Crawford's going to take their time. They don't want to try to match the Senators' speed here. Going to get outside and get tackled by a gang of Senators over there.
Yeah,
that was another
fooled on that.
That was another quarterback keeper.
Now might be a good time to talk about the mercy rule that the state of Indiana has put into effect. That
True.
When it reaches 35, I believe it's the second half.
Second half.
And if it's
35 in the
points
second
in the
half.
second half, the clock will run continuously, except for timeouts and touchdowns.
So
And
Senators ready to return a punt here.
so number 50.
Number 50, Matthew Connolly.
And there's a penalty.
There's going to be a penalty, so
That's the 3rd penalty for 15 yards for Crawford tonight. That'll bring up a 4th down and 16, 17 go. And is that Chase deep?
Chase is deep.
I'd like to see him.
I don't know if that's Chase or Harrison. I think it's Harrison.
I'd like to see him get it and come down this near sideline, because I've got a feeling it'll be a touchdown. Oh, it will almost blocked.
Well, I was wrong. It is Chase back, because that was Harrison that almost blocked that one.
Yeah. And the ball lands
at the 45. So Senators are going to take over on the Crawford 45. See Coach Bousman calling in the plays along with Coach Jones. We do go with the 3 receiver set.
I like this look.
3 receivers, 1 tight end, 1 back. It is Roper McFeeters in the backfield. We see Jake.
Now they're splitting Jake out.
Now they're splitting Jake out wide. So we're going to have 2 over here. Nobody is covering Sanford.
And you got 4 guys between 6'1" and 6'5".
That goes to Sanford. Sanford cuts up the middle. Going to get a gain of about 7. Keith Brooks in on the tackle. That is the quarterback. On the other side, he plays some DB and kind of a linebacker. .556 to go here in the first quarter. Senators are up 24-0 over the Crawford County Wolfpack. Holden sprint out
He's got
to Harrison. Harrison catches and gets into the end zone for the fourth score of the first period. Senators up 30-0 here. 5:36 left to go.
We are rolling.
Rolling.
I can't even keep up with all these stats. I mean,
well, I believe that is the fourth touchdown pass for Holden.
no, that's only the second tonight. He ran one in and
Oh, he ran one. Okay.
What was that? 37 yards.
Mm-hmm. Senators lined up, going for 2. Roper McFeeters with the fake. Holden gets the ball out wide. He's going to get in for 2.
Are you
That's a pretty good fake if
that's a real good
if
fake.
the officials think that Roper has the ball going up the middle and Holden walks in with it out wide.
So they will.
So I'm not quite sure what we're going to do. We may replay the down. Somebody may have blown that one dead up the middle, thinking that Roper had it, and he definitely did not, because Holden walked in with it out by the pylon.
And Holden, even earlier on his touchdown run, that first run of the game, I mean, it was a really good fake. Everyone went with Roper. I can see on the first play, the Crawford County thinking that they're going to run this freshman and Roper again right up the middle. So again, how many times have we been touched tonight?
It doesn't seem like very many.
So that makes it 32-0 still in the first quarter.
5:36 here to go. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break from the IHSA, and we'll be back in just a moment with more Senator football action here on 1220 WSLM.
What's included in the price of a ticket to attend an IHSAA athletic event?
Harris cuts left, darts right, and goes straight to college!
High school sports teach life skills that go beyond the field of play. Skills that pave the way to a better education and a more fulfilling career. It's all included in the price of admission when you attend a high school athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
We're back to action here. We're going to see another kickoff by Jake Strange. Senators really rolling here. I mean, to put up this many points in the first half, is amazing. And we're not even talking the first half. We're talking the first quarter.
First quarter.
And it's not even over yet. So
and I'm starting to get word that they have poor connection on the radio on WSLM 1220.
I've had a couple of people message saying that the live stream sound is good. So we're
nowhere to go. He's dragging though. I mean, you got
that's 33 Garrett Stout
up to the 41-yard line.
So if you're out there and you're having trouble hearing us, let us know. Send us a message to Darren or myself, or let Greg or Becky at the station know, and we'll see what we can do about it. Senators come out for a defensive set here.
Last week's game went forever because of penalties, injuries. This week's game maybe go forever because of the constant scoring.
Yeah.
I think they had 2 guys in motion.
That's going to be a stop there. 4 Senators in on that tackle.
Is that 33?
Yeah, 33 was the ball carrier, which is Garrett Stout.
And be officially no game.
We got a shout out from Todd Murphy saying that the sound on the live stream is good. If you're listening on 1220, let us know that you're hearing us. We've heard that there possibly may be some static in the line, so let us know. I'm sure that Caleb is at home watching.
Oh yeah. I'm sure he's wishing he was out
Wishing
here.
he was out here.
He understands he's going to be playing next year at this time, getting ready for, I assume, be Ball State again.
Got our first shout out of this game goes to Brittany Power. She's at home listening and watching. She's got her 65-inch big screen TV along with the radio sitting there listening and watching everything. So Senators out 32-0, 4:23 here to go in the first period of play.
And looks like 44 picked up 1 yard on that play. So.
Yeah, 44, which is Braden Casper, the sophomore.
Now, I can't get over the crowd tonight. I mean, we had a good crowd down at Eastern last week, and then tonight is really good.
Well, it's cheer clinic night, so we've got all the little girls down there cheering it up, and I believe they're going to switch every quarter. There's going to be a different grade level down there.
Yeah, they're going to throw a pass. They got a guy. Tight end came out, and he catches it.
Nice completion to number 81, which is Dakota Tipton. Going to be the first down for the Wolfpack.
Who was that, 81?
81, Tipton.
Gets down to the 36. So it'll be a 22-yard pickup for the Wolfpack.
That's a nice pass play there by the Wolfpack.
Yeah. And, you know, our DB was looking in instead of looking at his
guy.
Yeah,
he was hunting the backfield. Going to be a give up the middle. I believe that was 33, Garrett Stout with that carry.
There's just nowhere for them to run.
No, the center
inside,
of that line,
outside.
Andrew Lewis, and then I believe it's Big Mike Leach there just clog up the center of that along with Bryce Brown. There's just nowhere to go.
You got Jared, or they do have Leach at nose, don't they? Yes.
So 2:48, clock is rolling here. Crawford is in the wing formation here. One receiver. Going to be a give back around the other side. 5 breaks loose on the outside.
Got a little bit of speed.
Going to pick up about 6 there. Harrison Sanford out on that end to turn him back in along with Glenn Rankin, who comes from the opposite side of the field to get to him.
Give a shout out to Jake Strange's grandparents are listening and watching from Tennessee.
Caleb came to the locker room before the game, and he's back home now. So shout out there to Caleb Murphy, the senior defensive end, along with tight end that was injured last week, broke his collarbone.
I got official gave him a generous spot there.
So they said that Caleb came in before the game to pray with the team and then headed back home. So at home resting. So going to be a 4th and 1 here for the Wolfpack.
Surely they won't try and run up the middle. They've not had any success with that.
There are some big boys for West Washington sitting there right up the middle just waiting.
They may try and draw them off sides.
Yeah, there's only 4 on the play clock, so there's not a whole lot of time. They're going to have to get going. 21 with some help in the back. I don't know that he got there.
But the spot,
The spot, there he comes in from the far side. I believe they're going to give him a first down.
Yeah, they're going to mark it at the 25. Yeah, he was, and I realized the defense got a push after they wrapped him up, but, you know, if you're at the 25, you don't end up back at the 30-yard line, so.
Yeah. So Crawford picks up their second first down.
Sweep this way, and Chase Farmer did a nice job stringing that out. And I think that's what Chase was thinking. on the pass play before that it was going to be a run.
Andrew Lewis in on that stop.
And 2 is he's back to the 27 because we dropped him at the 27.
So a loss of 2 there.
Update PLAC game, another PLAC. Mitchell is over Valley 8-6 in the first quarter. And that will be the end of the first quarter.
The end of the first quarter. So we're going to step aside, have a commercial break from the IHSAA, and we'll be back in just a moment.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
You want to feel goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Senators come back out onto the field. On the defensive side of the ball, Crawford back in their wing offense. They're going to run here.
It'll be 2nd down and 12 as we begin this second quarter. Again, if you're just joining, you missed an explosion there in about 2 minutes where the Senators scored 32 points.
It's a nice misdirection play there. Senators stop that up the middle. There's no gain there.
I don't think they're going to give him 1 on that. But you're right. I mean, West Washington's not – well, they were fooled on the pass play, but, you know, running-wise, we're on top of everything that Crawford's throwing at us or running at us.
Yeah. Senators out in their 4 defense.
Yeah, they're expecting pass here. It's a 4-3, and it's Roper and Holden. That's your 2 safeties. And there's Glenn Rankin shot through there untouched and was not fooled. It was like we knew the play was coming, and Glenn's going to drop him for about a 4-yard loss on that.
I've been big on Glenn on special teams. He plays a good linebacker there. You know, he fills the.
He goes hard. I mean, that's what you want. I mean, you know, he went full speed there. So now it'll be 4th down and 15, and they're going to attempt a field goal. This would be a 47-yard field goal attempt. So he's going to kick from the 37, and he is a left-footed kicker. And now that's going to be interesting. Both sides moved. They are going to call it on West Washington.
So he's going to gain 5 here to make it a 42-yarder. Those of you around the viewing area, if you've got scores, make sure you get them to us so that we can get them out to everybody. That gets down on the ground.
It's up.
It's up. It's going to be short.
Comes up about 5-6 yards short. So Senators will take over from their own 25-yard line, leading 32-0, and with 10:02 to go here in the second quarter of play. Hang on, there does seem to be
some confusion on
I
the.
think if the field goal is no good and it goes in the end zone, you have to take the ball at the 20. And there goes
Roper outside.
That's got to be
going to get tackled up around the shoulders.
But I think that flag is going to be back before the tackle. And it's going to be holding on the Senators, as Roper had about a 14-yard run. Then them we're going to
bring it back some. In comes Brady Coulter to give Roper a quick blow there. So we're going to end up with a first and about 11 here.
It's 3 penalties for 20 yards here in the first half on West Washington. Another penalty. You know what? Delay a game. And back us up another 5 yards, so it'll be 1st and 16 now.
Senators seem to be shooting themselves in the foot a little bit here.
They may just be one. It's going to be that Coulter up the middle.
Coulter comes outside just a touch. Going to pick up a couple of yards there. Edric Cunningham in on that tackle.
Bring up a 2nd down and 14 for the Senators.
Looks like the ball's on the 16-yard line.
He's going. He's got him. Harrison, what did I tell you? It's going to be a touchdown. Wow.
That's going to be a long touchdown.
84-yard touchdown pass from Holden Bousman to Harrison Sanford. You saw it. I mean, they had 2 guys back. Harrison just ran right by them.
There's not much that they could have done for that.
And that is Sanford's 3rd touchdown of the night.
Senators set. Brady Coulter in the backfield alongside Holden Bousman. Parker Green in a wing spot. Going to be a give up the middle to Coulter. Coulter does get in for the 2-point conversion. Make it 40-0 here. Senators out ahead. 8:57 left to go in the second quarter. Ben, we've had a first half where we didn't score. And then we have a first half where we put up 40.
Yeah.
I talked pregame that we needed to get out and score early. Well, this is exactly
this
is exactly what we were looking for. Get out, get ahead early, and play from ahead. That's where the Senators really seem to be able to roll.
Well, you can just tell. I mean, we've got athletes all over the field that they can't match, and that's what we're doing is taking advantage of that right now. And it's not just Crawford. There's going to be a lot of teams that's going to be able to struggle to match the athleticism we got with our receivers, our tight ends, our line. The quarterback being able to keep it and run. We've just got a lot of weapons right now, and defensively. Our defense, as I said, I mean, last week they played well. This week they're playing extremely well again. And, that's as long as your defense keeps playing like that, you're going to win a lot of football games.
Well, and it's kind of your defensive philosophy this morning today with if you just have the offense on the field the whole time, then your defense really doesn't have to struggle very much.
The other thing is you get up like this, now you're making a team do something that they don't want to do. I mean, they want to slow the game down, but when you're down 40-0, you can't take 25 seconds off the play clock every time.
Jake boots that one down the middle to number 32, Terry Johnson, who then gets stood up and tackled by about 4 Senators.
They're going to mark it at the 34, so about a 9-yard return there.
Braxton Sprouse in on that tackle.
Freshman.
First time calling his name.
Salem is down.
Down 6-0 at Silver Creek. That's on the FM side.
97.9.
97.9. And they
Listen
are
to Bubba and Rodney.
Yep. And they're actually streaming that game also, the first stream of the season for the Salem Lions.
I mean, you can see they don't even want to run. I mean,
they
run this way. Was it 33, 44, whoever the ball carrier was. As soon as he got to the line, saw he was going to get hit.
That was 33, Garrett Stout.
Tiptoeing. He was like lowering his shoulder, like, please don't hit me hard.
Which is not what you really want to do as a running back. You want to hit that hole hard, but when somebody's standing in that hole and they're just waiting for you, it's hard to do.
Yeah, and you've been hit 6, 7, 8 times already tonight, and you're just thinking, please don't give it to me.
We've got some people asking, is that the score for real? Yes, it is 40-0, 7:53.
Sleep to 44. Oh, Jake turns him. Oh, my goodness. I'm not sure who that. 86. Who is 86?
I believe that is Pavey.
That was a big-time hit
86
right there.
is Hunter Pavey, the senior linebacker, 6'1", 157.
I mean, he spun him completely around. Jake Strange turns him in, and then Pavey just cleaned him up. I mean, that was textbook right there.
Third down and 10 here.
Now, we don't let them get behind us.
We're going to throw that one.
Incomplete. Good
Closest one is Harrison Sanford for that. The intended receiver was Braden Casper.
Jake Strange and Landon Pearson both got in, put good pressure on the Crawford quarterback. Made him throw it before he wanted to. And it ends up incomplete, and looks like number 50.
Who did attempt and punt this one away.
Yeah, attempted the 42-yard field goal, is going to boot it away.
Back deep is Chase Farmer.
Chase gets it coming this way.
It's a high kick, going to bounce. Farmer does field it.
Here he comes.
He's coming to this side.
Nice.
Going to be spun down at the 35 by number 21, Keith Brooks.
Gets back to about a 35 or a 30-yard return by Chase.
About a 30-yard kick and a 30-yard return. It's going to end up right.
The thing I really like is we didn't let that thing bounce. He picked it up and made something happen. We saw that last week at Eastern on one of the punts. It wasn't a big gain, but instead of letting the ball roll for 10 or 15 yards, he picked it up and got 2 or 3 yards out of it, and much better starting field position for the Cinders. Hand off to Brady Coulter.
Brady Coulter up the middle. Breaks loose, going to find end zone. Brady Coulter, nice job there.
Did you see the push, though, of our offensive
line? Yeah, our
line?
offensive line drove them back 6-7 yards.
Yeah, I mean, when Brady ran, I mean, it was, as you said, 6-10 yards before anybody was even close enough to him.
That brings the score 46-0. Still 6:36 to go in the first half.
How deep is our running back stable? You lose Bobby, 2,300 yards from last year. You lose Mason Armstrong, count on to be the backup. Then you have Roper McFeeters running away. He has 9th, and you bring in Brady Coulter, who hadn't ran at all, and, he's got 2 long touchdown runs.
Senators roll out.
Tipped by Jake, caught by Parker.
Jake tips it. Parker grabs it. Just how they drew it up, I'm sure.
Well, you run a tip drill, but usually that's for defensive backs.
Well, good news. Parker plays DB.
Yeah, there we go.
So Parker Green gets the 2-point conversion there with the assist to Jake Strange. I'm sure that Coach Sullivan would love for that to happen on the basketball court.
Maybe
an assist there. So we're going to step aside, have a commercial break from Ernstberger Orthodontist, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
Back to live action here on 1220 WSLM, the home of the Senators for this football season, along with basketball. Senators really rolling here, 48-0 over Crawford.
That's an understatement. Rolling.
It seems like everything is going right for the Senators now. I mean, even on a 2-point conversion where Jake Strange misses it, he tips it perfectly to Parker Green to get a 2-point conversion there. You just couldn't ask for anything more out of the Senator group right now.
The word is, even though Mitchell is winning 8-6 over Springs Valley, it may be a costly win for them as their big runner Duncan is out hurt, and then Coach Pritchett's son is something happened to him, and he just came back on the field with crutches and his knee wrapped.
Oh, this one squibs in between 2 Crawford players. Guess who gets that tackle?
Pavey or Rankin?
You are correct. Both of them hit the runner, and Rankin ends up wrapping him up and bringing him down after Pavey is the first one to get to him.
So as I say, I mean, that could be very costly to a team like Mitchell that only has like 26 kids to begin with, and you lose 2 key players like they have tonight. They're in worse shape than we are, and that's our opponent for next week.
Yeah. Crawford comes out in their wing set.
You want to fake and throw it out
fake
in the
and
flats?
Throw it out.
Oh, nice play
Farmer
there by Chase Farmer.
Going to get a hand on it, I believe, to tip it away. It is the second quarter here. 48-0. Senators are out ahead. 5:38 to go in the first half.
Update from Salem. It is halftime against Silver Creek, and they are still behind 6-0. Good game at Paul A. Graves Field in Salem. And they're counter back this way.
Counter back to number 5, and Scott Moppin.
Pavey.
Pavey in on a tackle out wide.
Stayed home as they tried to run that counter back, and no such luck.
$5:18 to go.
Yeah. And then the second half will go
a straight
quickly.
Running clock.
30 minutes.
It'll be a 30-minute running clock for the second half. which gets into the mercy rule.
And, that's the thing. I mean, let's say Crawford has an amazing comeback and ties that game up. The clock continues to run.
It doesn't go away when it gets back to within 30, 35. It continues to go.
Run up the middle.
Run up the middle. Nice run by number 33,
I believe it
33.
Was. His best run.
Garrett Stout.
Get up to 22. Be a 7-yard gain.
Senators send in their defense for a punt here.
I'd be watching a fake right here. Got nothing to lose.
Yeah. And they do have their quarterback that lines up
as the up back.
As the up back here, so it is a very good possibility that could happen.
And you see the Senators, they're talking. They know
yeah.
that.
Senators play with only 2 down linemen here. Going to take a penalty and back them up. Nope, going to be a timeout. We're going to step aside, have a commercial break from WSLM and Eddie Gilstrap Motors. We'll be back in just a moment.
Get your mug shot 7 days a week at WSLMradio.com from all over Kentuckiana, Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Jackson, Lawrence, Scott, and Washington counties.
Just go to WSLMradio.com and click on the police news and read the latest police news powered by Eddie Gilstrap Motors.
Follow the Gilstrap link to find the latest deals on new and used Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Jeeps, as well as scheduling your next service appointment.
80 years of their family serving yours.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators are up 48-0 over the Crawford County Wolfpack. This is Craig Akers and Darren Russell here on WSLM 1220 AM, home of the Senators for this football season.
And just a very, very impressive start to this game for the Senators. You can say what you will, that the competition isn't what it was last week or what it's going to be in next week, but still to come out here and execute more mentally than physically. Yeah, we're more athletic, but a lot of times in games like this, it's the mental part that hurts a team. And, our kids are very focused and locked in on what they got to do, and just really executing at a very high level.
And remember, this is the West Washington team without 5 of their starters.
Yeah, exactly. Senators have no one deep as they anticipate this to be a fake.
They punt that one. They're going to let it bounce, and it's going to end up right about the 49-yard line.
You sure it wasn't the 52?
Nope. Not going to make that mistake. We will leave that to someone else to make that mistake. That is definitely the 49-yard line.
I just want to make sure.
If you can bring up the 52 on your stat program there, please do so. But the Senator cheer block over there is pretty full. The stands are full. We've got the band out.
Concessions or the grill's still.
The grill's still hopping.
Yep.
If you're in the area and want some of the best cheesy potatoes around, head over to the grill.
Yeah. Ribeyes, chicken, brats, hamburgers, hot dogs, everything. Another penalty.
We're going to get a penalty on Crawford. Crawford
be their 4th penalty for 20 yards here in the first half. Be 2nd and 5 at the Crawford 46 now. Jet sweep.
Chase Farmer. He's going to be
see
open.
You in the end zone. Nice block by Parker Green.
Nice block by Parker Green to spring him open. Going to get into the end zone. Chase Farmer on the jet sweep up inside. You just watch that blocking, and, they're just driving people, and Farmer just runs by 2 Crawford County players. There's nothing they could do about that. Makes it 54-0 here with 3:39 to go in the first half of play. Looks like there may have been some extracurriculars there after that play, or in the middle of that play. I don't know. Coach Bousman's getting an explanation.
I had my head down typing in or putting stats in, but it's from listening to people up here, it sounds like someone threw a punch at one of our kids or something and grabbed his helmet. And, you know, that's the thing. I mean,
that's what happens when you get this far ahead.
Yeah, and last year we ended up losing a couple people because of some cheap stuff that Crawford did when the game got a little bit out of hand. And Coach Bousman does not want to lose anybody now.
No, especially when you've got the injuries that you've got and the starters that are already out. You know, you don't want to go into Mitchell next week losing anybody.
Jet sweep
to Parker Green. Parker finds a hole and gets into the end zone for a 2-point conversion. So Parker Green with 2 2-point conversions here tonight brings the score 56-0 in the first half of play. West Washington out ahead here on WSLM 1220 and West Washington live stream. What, Coach? What can you say? I mean, they're filling up your score sheet over there.
Yeah.
I mean, you're running out of room.
You're exactly right. I mean, you know, the thing that there is no doubt our coaching staff is pleased with is the resiliency of our kids. I mean, a team loses 5 kids and 5 starters. You know, that can be devastating. But, you know, again, this is a team, this is a program where it's the next man up. And, you know, that's got to make the coaches really happy. As I said, the impressive thing is the mental part. You're not seeing, you know, us take our foot off their throat, to say. You know, they're continuing to execute at a very high level. And you might be saying that they're not playing anybody. You know, this team isn't as athletic. But still, you've got to go out and execute.
Well, even you know, when you say the Crawford team isn't as athletic, well, there's going to be very few teams that are as athletic as the Senators.
Right, and you know, not to take anything away from Eastern because they played a heck of a game last week, but athletically they didn't match up with us well. But I'm not sure we were as focused and as tough mentally then. Of course, we went through a lot of adversity last week too. But even early on, I'm not sure we were as focused as we are right now.
Jimmy Strange jumps on the live stream here. His son Jake Strange getting ready to kick off just like his dad did in high school.
For the 7th time.
Boots that one down the middle through the feet.
It's going to be a touchback.
Through into the end zone. Crawford going to take a touchback there. So going to end up out at the 20.
That'd been awesome if it died at the 1 yard line.
Died at the 1 yard line.
I'd say the Senators like these new red uniforms.
Yeah.
First time wearing them.
This may be one of those things that they wear at home a lot.
Yeah.
If they're going to play this way.
Yeah. And who knows? There may be more in the future. More new things. You just never know.
Those of you watching at home, Jimmy Strange is down in the end zone right where that one was kicked. So he's down there watching on his phone. And I'm sure he's super proud of his son getting one to the end zone.
Pitch it to 44 around the right side.
44, Braden Casper around the right side, going to pick up about 3 before he's brought down by the Senators. I feel a little sorry for these the cheerleading, the cheer camp down there, the girls, because they're having to do jumping jacks every time.
Parents are going to love it. These kids are going to be out before they even get home.
Every touchdown, every point that's scored, they do jumping jacks for them, and they have done a ton. Because
it's only halftime.
Because it is 56-0. Senators are ahead with 3 minutes to go here in the first half, still remaining. We said last week's game was a little over 3 hours because of injuries and penalties. Group of Senators bring down the running back there.
He was able to drag him forward, though.
Yep, 33, Garrett Stout. Another hard run there.
To get up to 26, 3-yard run.
Crawford hoping that they can just run this
this
clock out. They don't want to give the Senators the ball back.
'Cause, I mean, how many times have we scored on the first play?
Yeah.
When we look at stats, we're not going to have many total plays. Going to have a ton of yards, a ton of points, but not many plays. 21's going to keep it around the right side. Picks up a first down.
Keith Brooks I believe that's the 4th first down for Crawford.
I've got him for 3, but I may have missed one.
Well, we'll go with yours. You're the stat person.
Yeah, but I get caught up doing other things too, so I might be wrong. That's why these are unofficial.
It happens to the best of us. If you ever look at what goes on in the press box up here, there's all kinds of stuff. That's all kinds of computers and boxes and cords and wires, and I believe we could miss a stat or two here or there.
Probably more than 1 or 2.
Well, I'm giving you the benefit of the doubt.
I'd say Crawford's going to definitely go in. Unless they turn it over, they will go into the half down 56-0.
They're taking every bit of time they can off that play clock. That's another give around the outside. 33.
Another first down.
33, Garrett Stout with that carry.
He gets up across the 50 into the center territory for the first time this evening.
So they're into Senator territory. Actually, isn't it the second time? Because didn't they try to kick one?
Oh, that's right, they did.
So it is the second time in Senator territory.
Yeah, they had the big pass play.
Yep. So minute 19 to go here in the first half. Senators are up 56-0. Crawford is driving 2 first downs on this drive.
Back first downs. Motion or sweep this way.
To number
Chase
7
gets he turned in. Oh, Jake for the big hit.
Jake got the big hit, and then they all fall right on Jake's back.
Yeah. That is number 7. I don't believe he's ran the ball yet.
Nope,
tonight.
that is Xander Sandoval.
He's going to lose a yard. Now we are under a minute to go here in the first half with the Senators leading 56-0.
57, Kai Struther comes into the game, give Jake a blow after having 3 Senators along with a Wolfpack fall on his back. So he comes out and knocked the wind out of him a little bit.
33 bounces outside. Is that Harrison or Chase there that turns him in and makes the tackle?
Garrett Stout is the ball carrier. I'm not sure who's underneath that. It comes up with Farmer on the bottom of it, so I believe he was the one there to turn that back in. Under 20 seconds to go here.
Crawford's going to take a timeout.
Take a timeout.
Shocking.
We're going to stay with you here. We're not going to step away quite yet.
You know, what can you say in a game like this?
I know. What can you say? You've played a first half. You're up 56-0. You haven't had any turnovers. You've thrown the ball. You've run the ball. You've got, I believe we've had 2 different running backs in the backfield at least going through. We've had all kinds of people in on the defensive side of the ball. Just an all-around good game.
And that's the thing you got to be careful of is, having a JV game on Monday, and these kids are only allowed so many quarters a week. People will ask, why don't you put your JV in right now in this situation? Well, that means even though if they would come in and play 12.7 seconds,
it counts as a quarter.
It counts as an entire quarter. Then you play 2 quarters in the second half. Now you played 3 quarters.
And then you can only play 2 in the JV game, so that doesn't work out well.
Exactly, because you definitely don't want your varsity kids going down and playing JV just so you can have enough kids out there.
Yeah, so that's the explanation to some of the people out there, wanting to know.
And
why.
That's one of the reasons the IHSAA went with the running clock, so that you don't have to play your varsity an entire quarter with stoppage and everything else. So, that's going to make it run and get over quicker, and then you get your JV in the fourth.
Senators come back out. Probably going to be the last play, if not to the next to the last play of the first half here, depending on what the Wolfpack do. They're still in their wing formation. That one going to fall. Going to be a pass play over the center. Holden with the interception.
And that, he's going to take it.
Holden going to take it to the house. Going to be a pick six.
He does not get in.
He doesn't get in. Time has run out. He doesn't get into the end zone. So we're going to end the first half here 56-0. Holden Bousman going to run that one back about 70 yards-ish.
Yeah.
Going to be just short of the end zone, probably go out at about the 2. Doesn't get in. He comes to the sideline and is a little disappointed due to the fact that he doesn't get in. We're going to step aside, take some commercials here. We're going to get the Commissioner Corners interview in, and we'll be back with stats and some more Senator football here in just a moment.
It's time for the Commissioner's Corner, an exclusive weekly update from the IHSAA Commissioner himself, Bobby Cox. Now for the inside scoop on what's happening day to day with the IHSAA. Here's Coach Bob Lovell with Commissioner Bobby Cox.
Welcome back, everyone, to our weekly conversation with the Commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. And Commissioner, week number 1 of the high school football season in the books. Some interesting things. Notably, the number of points seemed to be down, but it was a very interesting week. We had some high-scoring games, a lot of action, great individual performances. But let me have your thoughts on this first week.
I thought the week went really well, Bob. We had great weather, first of all, and so that first week of the season, of the regular season, kind of makes me nervous every year because it can still be a little warm out.
Right.
And this weekend was nice, and so we were able to have a great contest around the state. And I had the same observation that you did with respect to scoring. I think overall scoring was down a little bit. One of the things that I looked at were the point differentials, and we had 40 contests that had a point differential of 35 points or greater, which now speaks to the new mercy rule that we passed last spring. And I think because the mercy rule was in effect for almost a third of our games last weekend, that reduced the number of overall points that were scored last weekend. I've not heard one complaint from any coaches. I've not heard one report about a mismanagement of how the clock was operated in the second half. Everything went smoothly. So I think that for this first week, the mercy rule went as scheduled and as we thought it would. And I think it's created some games where when we've got those games that are lopsided, we're now able to expedite the end of the game. And I think that's better for student athletes. I think it's better for the fans.
If we can, refresh everyone's memory of exactly the parameters of the new mercy rule.
The mercy rule goes into effect in the second half of a game when the point differential reaches 35 points between the schools. The rule calls for a running clock, and we define a running clock as a clock that does not stop except for a score, a timeout, or an injury. Now, we still implement the 40-second play clock throughout the second half. But if we get to that point differential in the second half, it can't start in the first half. So you could have a game that's 40-0 at the end of the first quarter. We're still going on a regular clock. But when we arrive at the second half, if the point differential is 35 or greater, then we go to our running clock. And then once we get there, we don't go back. Maybe it's 35 at halftime, and the school is behind scores. Well, we're still going running clock all the way through.
He's the commissioner of the IHSA, Bobby Cox. Bobby, you mentioned 1/3 of the games under the mercy rule. First time we've done it. Obviously, I know you and the staff are going to be compiling this data. It seems to be a significant number, to say the least.
Well, I think it reflects the way that the game has evolved in high school football in our state. I feel that offense has grown faster and exceeded where defense has grown. The spreading of the field, 7-on-7 that occurs in the summer with more opportunities for kids to play. The offensive attack of the game has changed. Subsequently, scoring has gone up. And our schools knew that, and our Football Coach Association had been talking about a mercy rule for several years, and we finally got to an agreement on where that should be. And so now I think we've addressed it. We are going to study the data. We're going to collect the scores and look at those point differentials and see if that rule actually does affect the total scores of the games. And then I'm a lot more interested in the health and safety of the kids, first and foremost. But secondly, crowd behavior, fan behavior, student-athlete behavior, coach behavior. You know, no one wants to be in that game that's 65-0. No one wants to be in that game. It's not good for the kids that are winning, and it's certainly not good for the kids that are getting beat 65-0. And so now we've got a tool that we can expedite the end of the game. And if we can do that and keep those emotions in check and finish the contest and move on to the next week, I think it's best for high school football.
He's the commissioner of the IHSAA, Bobby Cox. This is our weekly conversation with him about all things IHSAA. Commissioner, have a great week. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you, Bob. Appreciate it.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The Quarter Pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sideline. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You'll score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get one free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Or stop by 601 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 for WSL. We'll be broadcasting live at McDonald's for Coach's Corner.
After a joint surgery, injury, or illness, Meadowview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Meadowview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high-paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success. Inspiring them to never give up. Encouraging them to always do their best. Teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Oh, my goodness!
Come visit America Flea Market in Salem. We've got over 22,000 square feet of treasures and one of the largest indoor flea markets in Kentuckiana. Located at 110 Progress Boulevard in Salem, we're one of the ultimate destinations for picking and saving and a fun place to shop. We have over 70 vendors and a huge selection of new, used, antique, primitive, and vintage items. Beat the heat. Stop in our air-conditioned store. Come and see us Tuesday through Sunday. We open up at 11 a.m. America Flea Market, where pickers pick and shoppers save.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks. Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint when you could just swing by your neighborhood Ace? In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint like Valspar and Clark & Kensington. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Before your next project, talk to your local paint experts, Eva Marie and Erica, at Ace Hardware of Salem. Stop in today and see why we're the helpful place.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators are up 56-0 before we start the second half. Darren, give us a breakdown of some stats.
All right, first to recap the scoring, and this may take all of halftime. But at the 10:51 mark of the first quarter, Harrison Sanford takes a 14-yard pass from Holden Bousman in for the touchdown. Roper McFeeters runs in two-point conversion, making it 8-0. Exactly 1 minute later, at the 9:51 mark, Holden Bousman runs it in from 12 yards out, untouched. Chase Farmer catches the two-point conversion from Bousman, making it 16-0. 18 seconds later, at 9:33, Brady Coulter on his first run of the season runs untouched for a 22-yard touchdown. Farmer again catches a two-point conversion from Bousman, making it 24-0. And we are still in the first quarter because at the 5:36 mark, Harrison Sanford catches a 37-yard pass from Holden Bousman. Roper McFeeters runs in two-point conversion, making it 32-0, and that's where we stood at the end of the first quarter. The fireworks did not stop, though. At the 8:57 mark, Harrison Sanford caught a bomb from Holden Bousman that resulted in an 84-yard touchdown pass. Brady Coulter runs in two-point conversion, making it 40-0. At the 6:36 mark, Brady Coulter once again runs it in from 35 yards out. Parker Green catches a tip pass from Jake Strange for the two-point conversion from Bousman, making it 48-0. Then at the 3:39 mark, Chase Farmer catches a pass from Holden for 47 yards, and Parker Green again catches a two-point conversion. Stats for the Wolfpack: they did have 4 first downs in the game, most of them coming there late in the second quarter. They ran the ball 25 times for 47 yards, or 1.9 yards per carry. They were 2 out of 5 passing with 1 interception for 30 yards. Wolfpack ran 30 plays. That's one stat that they led in the first half. They ran the ball more, or had more total plays than we did. They ran 30 for 77, or 2.6 yards per play. They did have 3 turnovers, the interception, plus 2 fumbles early that led to the onslaught. Crawford also had 4 penalties for 20 yards here in the first half. For the Senators, we only had 2 first downs, but when you're scoring on big plays, you're not going to have the opportunity to get first downs. We ran it 7 times for 122 yards, or 17.4 yards per carry. Holden was 4 out of 5 passing, no interceptions for 181 yards, or 36.2 yards per pass. We ran a total of 12 plays in the first half.
That's
30-minute half, and we ran 12 plays. But again, you score on 1 or 2 plays, you're not going to run many. So we ran 12 plays. We had 303 yards at the half. We did have 4 penalties for 25 yards.
Which is definitely an improvement from last week where we had 10 for 100.
Yeah. And we've not got any biggies tonight. We had one on a run, I believe, by Roper McFeeters that got called back for holding, but still, nonetheless, we've not had any of the 15-yarders. As I said, Holden was 4 out of 5 passing for 181 yards. He also has 4 touchdown passes in the half. Harrison Sanford, 3 catches for 134 yards. Chase Farmer, 1 for 47. Running, Brady Coulter had 3 carries for 64 yards. Holden Bousman, 2 for 49. And Roper McFeeters, 2 for 9. So that is our first half stats.
That is quite a stat-filling half. That's
a game.
That's a game total, and we've only played half. The Commissioner Corner that you just listened to for the halftime show talked about the mercy rule, which is what we're going to see here in the second half. When you're up by 35, the clock does run continually. It doesn't stop. I believe the only way to stop it is for a timeout.
Timeout or injury, I believe.
Injury, I believe, stops it. So we're going to see a very quick second half here.
And that rule went into effect with some schools last week. I read, I think it was Brownstown's coach Reed May did not like the rule at all. And there was another coach from up north that did not like it, that had to play with it, said, you can't get your young kids any Friday night experience because they may only be on the field for 2 or 3 plays and then the quarter's over. So, since it's new, anytime you have something new, it's going to be met with negativity. And, but the whole name of this game is sportsmanship. And, there was too many scores getting out of hand and, teams scoring 80, 90 points. And,
Well,
that's ridiculous.
And then you get into the same type of thing with the 80, 90 points. There was a game up north between, I believe it was Lafayette Jeff and West Lafayette, that last week was 77 to 72.
Wow.
They put up a ton of points.
How long did that game last?
The funny thing was, I caught the end of it. It was being streamed. I caught the end of it when I got home from Pekin, and we played a 3-hour game last week. So I got home and was able to watch the end of that game from home. So, you're talking they played well over 4 hours. Which is
that's crazy.
and it was a competitive game, the whole time. So they put up a lot of points, but they didn't get into the mercy rule. So if you're if the game stays close and you're staying competitive, that mercy rule doesn't come into effect. And in a game like tonight, it's important to get those kids. The Crawford team, they're outmatched tonight, and that happens sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want any more injuries than what needs to
we
happen,
had
which
enough
is
last
0.
year
We
for the
had
whole season.
we had enough last week for the whole season. As you can see, we've got quite a few kids on our sideline that are, in street clothes with their jerseys, along with the Crawford team on the other side. There's 4 or 5 over there, that are in street clothes with some crutches and some knee braces, and so some injuries over there too. You just want to get out and be healthy in a game like this with the second half.
I agree. I mean, that I'm sure. That was the message at halftime. Let's get out of here. No injuries. Stay sharp. Stay focused, which we did a really good job of that first half. But this game, let's stay focused. Let's get through it. Let's get to next week.
We've got 2 minutes and 50 seconds until we start the second half. We're going to step aside, have some commercials, and we'll be back with the start of the second half here in just a moment.
Hey there, Radio Land. My name is Seth Ernstberger, and I wanted to make sure you'd heard about my new office, Ernstberger Orthodontics in Salem. We've got a spot now up here helping people find their happy when it comes to their smile and bite. It's one of my favorite things to do. So if you're wondering how braces or clear aligners like Invisalign can change your smile game, check us out on Facebook and Google, and then smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and Salem.
Listen up, high school sports fans. This cheer's for you.
Why all the love? Why do we think you're number one?
Because as high school athletes, we know there is no us without you.
We know that when you buy a ticket to see an IHSAA game or meet, you're helping pay for new uniforms, safer equipment, or even a bus ride to the game.
But we also know what you're really saying is, I believe in you. I believe you could be somebody.
When you think about all of the opportunities your attendance at an IHSAA athletic event creates,
And the fact that you paid for your ticket,
well, fantastic doesn't begin to describe how we feel about you.
high school sports,
You pay,
we play.
everybody wins.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Caring people make the difference. You can feel it the minute you walk into Salem Crossing. Experts in long-term care, not just doing a job, but following a calling. They're here to help you and your family find answers and solutions and peace of mind. In fact, they become an extension of your family. For more information about Salem Crossing, visit ASCSSeniorCare.com or call 812-883-1877. That's 812-883-1877.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field, where the Senators are up 56-0 over the Crawford County Wolfpack. Getting ready to start the second half here, which is going to be a running clock.
Before we get into the second half, it's good to see looking down there, offensive coordinator, superintendent, assistant coach Keith Nance down on the sideline. Mr. Nance did have his gallbladder taken out on Monday of this week and recovering very nicely. I know that is extremely well. I don't know personally. I've not had mine taken out, but I know Jana had hers out, and she said it was more painful than giving birth.
Well, he got bit kind of by the same bug that the rest of the team did. We had a couple of surgeries for players. Caleb Murphy had a collarbone that he had a plate and some pins put in. Bobby had some pins put in his ankle, and then Coach Nance had his gallbladder removed all in a week. It's not very often that there are three Senators that have surgery in a week, so they do get bit kind of by that bug. The Bobby, they're talking quite a while before he's back. Caleb out for the season with his collarbone issue, so it's going to be a long season for those two to sit and kind of watch from the sidelines. But the Senators do seem to be rolling tonight, 56-0, as they start the second half of play. Jake Strange boots one down the middle. Number 20 in on that tackle, which is Caden Van Cleve.
And they get back to the 40-yard line? That's where they'll take over?
I believe they're going to be right at the 40. Once again, this is Darren Russell and Craig Akers here on WSLM 1220 and on West Washington live stream.
Crawford staying in the wing tee. Run up the middle or sweep this way?
I believe it's going to be a sweep this way.
Yep. Chase.
Guess who is there to meet him out wide? It is Chase Farmer with a big hit as they try to sweep to this side of the field, and Chase Farmer just says, "Hello, it's my birthday. Here's your present. I'm passing them out tonight."
It's been a good night for the Farmer family, as Chase, his birthday, some big catches and runs, and then at halftime, I heard him say that his grandmother won the split the pot.
Hey,
so
well,
it's been a good night for the Farmer family.
There's part of Chase's birthday present, maybe.
Yeah. I'm sure Chase will tell her
that. Chase is too focused on football right now. He has no idea who won.
No.
Crawford comes out in their wing tee. It's going to be to 33, Garrett Stout.
And I believe
he's
going to go back.
He's going to go backwards about a yard.
So you can tell the Senators, they're coming out, even though they're up 56-0, they are continuing to stay focused and play hard.
See 64 Landon Pearson, who was in quite a few plays in the first half, but is in on defense on the second half, where he goes as a defensive end, and they're going to switch sides with Jake.
Jake's going to play the wide side, and we talked last week. Landon, when he played defensive end last year, early on, he was super aggressive.
Yep,
did a really nice job. Oh, now they come out.
Crawford's
got trips this side, no backs. And they're going.
There goes Jake.
Jake just missed.
Jake just misses him. He's going to come across the center of the field. Number 8, Glenn Rankin, going to tip that ball away.
Yeah, Jake.
Good idea by Glenn there not to try to intercept that one, to just tip it away.
And we saw that last week too. Jake got great pressure, but just missed getting the sack. So that's going to bring up 4th down, and obviously Crawford's going to punt the ball away. Or I say obviously, but it may not. Let's hope Chase gets a chance to return this.
Well, the 2 times that they were able to kick off last week, they did onside kick both of them.
Yeah.
So
I don't think they're going to get a chance to kick off anymore.
I don't believe so either. Looks like West Washington's going to call a timeout.
Are we going to go for a block?
Uh,
So even during timeout, now clock is going to.
Clock is going to stop here for the timeout. 8:21 to go here.
I'm sure Crawford wouldn't have objected if we just left that clock on. I'd say that timeout may be about setting a wall up, letting Chase return this.
Yeah, see what Chase can do out there, see if he can return one.
Yeah, our coaching staff looks a lot happier tonight than they did last week at this time.
Yeah, that is 100% true.
A lot of smiles down there. And I think the telling point was the way we came out defensively there that first series. You know, if we'd let them get a couple first downs, we probably wouldn't be seeing those smiles. But them getting the stops tells that kids are focused.
Yeah. Here comes the punt. 15 seconds to go on the play clock. There's a punt off. They're going to set up a wall. Farmer going to reverse the side.
Big
hit by Jake. Farmer goes down at about the 31-yard line.
So it'll be a 29-yard return by Chase Farmer. And I think that's what they had done, was set the wall up on this side, and Chase couldn't get there, so he just reversed his field.
Right.
And still had a really nice return. So this first quarter is almost over at the 7:37 and ticking. Injury clock's going to stop for an injury. That's the other
way that it stops.
Timeout and injuries. It's Chase, I believe, after that return, and he did kind of go down. I noticed like he just came to an abrupt stop.
Yeah. We're looking at knee, ankle, so.
Please don't want to be anything serious. We've had enough.
We've had enough.
He's up.
He's up. We're gonna come off the field.
He just wanted a little attention.
He wants claps on his birthday.
Maybe Claude will sing. Claude will sing happy birthday.
Maybe Claude can sing him happy birthday. Salem down 20-6 to Silver Creek.
Looks like Glenn Rankin has come into the game to replace Chase. He's got to set out a play. I mean, I don't think the way he's moving, it's anything serious.
One of the new things that West Washington does have is a trainer here, on Friday nights with their partnership that they just signed. So, he's here. He's helping Chase.
It's going to be a Brady
Handoff
Coulter.
Going to be to Brady Coulter. Looks going to get stood up.
And there's a flag on
41.
the far side.
That was 41, right? Nope,
Yeah,
44. 44, which is Braden Casper. Does a nice job of standing Brady Coulter up.
And Brady, that's cramps. I was just getting ready to say, we've made it through.
We've made it through the first half, no cramps.
And it's hotter tonight.
Yep. So that running clock that we've got going is going to stop. Here the Senators are ahead 56-0 over Crawford County on 1220 WSLM. Brady Coulter is getting stretched out there. Coach Bousman has him stretching out that cramp in his leg.
It looks like Caden Van Cleve has gone into the game and will be the running back at this point.
Looks like both legs cramped up, actually, because now they're working on the other one. So Both of Brady Coulter's legs cramp up. Looks like there's going to be a flag also on that play. I believe it was holding the way it's backing up even further for the Senators. Brady up and comes off the field under his own power.
We will move that back to the 42-yard line.
Caden Van Cleve in the backfield. Like it was said, we've got 2 wide receivers out on the far side. It's Harrison Sanford and Parker Green, both out over there.
Jake at tight end.
Jake at tight end on the near side, along with Van Cleve on the near side of Holden Bousman, who's ready to take the snap. Hand off to Caden up the middle. Nice run behind that big offensive line. Clock does continue to run here because of the mercy rule. It is 56 to nothing. The West Washington Senators are up over the Crawford County Wolfpack.
Big gain of 4 yards for Caden.
Yep. Parker Green comes out of the game. Farmer back in. So not a serious injury there for Farmer.
Hold and pull it here.
Gives it to Van Cleve. Van Cleve gets outside, then is met by 2, and then runs over a third. 33 brings him down, Garrett Stout.
So he picks up
Looks like about
6 yards.
Yeah, 3rd down and 1.
No, it's 3rd down 11.
Oh,
Remember,
sorry,
we
I
had
missed
the penalty.
I missed the other stick out there.
Haven't seen Roper McFeeters much tonight.
No.
I'm wondering if he's
he got
dinged up.
He got dinged up that very first play, or the second time he touched the ball. Remember, he was tackled up high, so he hasn't been out on defense or on offense since. Remember, he laid the big hit on the special teams. So
run Van Cleve again
Van
up
Cleve
the middle.
Again,
he fumbles.
Crawford gonna recover that one. Up comes number 12. Tanner Arnold with that recovery, the 5'9" freshman. So going to be a turnover there. First one of the night for the Senators. As we said, we hadn't seen Roper out there yet. Then comes out on defense on the very next play. So 4:45 left to go here in the 3rd quarter.
Crawford stays in the wing tee. Sweep away. 44.
Fumble coming back the other way.
Did we get it?
I believe that's Landon Pearson with that recovery, number 64. So
we gained yardage on that.
We gained yardage on that fumble. So Van Cleve back in the backfield. Jaron Roll comes out onto the field for his line spot. We've got Farmer and Harrison Sanford out on the near side of the field. Jake also on the near side.
Van Cleve goes back into the game. See if they give it right back to him to keep his confidence up.
They sure do.
They do.
Give it to him running out wide. Finds a nice crease, nice hole, takes on the Crawford County blocker there. Goes out of bounds at about the 12-yard line. Maybe
14.
back it up a little bit, 14-yard line.
It'll be a gain of 11.
So that's a nice play there by Caden Van Cleve after the fumble. Does build his confidence back up with that 11-yard gain.
That's our 3rd first down of the night. If you're just joining us, no, that doesn't mean we're playing bad. That means that we have been scoring in 1 or 2 plays.
It is 56 to nothing. Senators are up. 3 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. We were going to see a jet sweep there. Holden was ready to pitch that one.
Yep.
Going to
No, it's
Gonna
against Crawford.
back up Crawford 5 yards. Going to be 1st and 5.
We're down to 2:30 left here in the third quarter. Got Chase way out wide.
Way out wide.
He's on the
we
numbers.
We could see a fade out there or a slant, either one.
They
Going to
jump
be
again.
another one. 54 on that one. Isaiah Jenkins jumps.
So we can get another first down.
First down and didn't actually run an offensive play. So it's going to be first and goal on the 4.
I'd say Caden Van Cleve will get a touchdown here. Making a prediction. Nope, it's going to be Harrison.
Harrison going to get out wide. They're going to chase, and he's going to walk in after 54 gets to him but is unable to bring him down. So Sanford with a touchdown catch there, because that is a forward pass by Holden. Does that give him 5 on the night?
Yes, and it gives Harrison 1, 2, 3. This is Harrison's 4th.
Harrison's 4th touchdown catch of the night. Makes it 62-0. Van Cleve meets somebody in the hole and runs him over. That's a big hit there by Caden Van Cleve. He's a short, stocky kid and is not afraid to lower the shoulder and run somebody over.
No.
We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break from the IHSAA. We'll be back in just a moment.
If you bought a ticket to an IHSAA athletic event last weekend, give yourself a giant pat on the back.
You helped ensure our school has the resources it needs to support our athletic program.
You might have even punched somebody's ticket to a better life.
Yeah, like mine.
So give yourself a big high five.
Yeah.
And thank you.
High school sports.
You pay,
We play.
everybody wins.
That's right.
This message brought to you by the IHSAA.
Back to live action here at Art Sanders Field. The Senators are up 64-0. There's some chatter up here that the most points the Senators have ever scored is 73 or 76 in that range. So we're closing in on that with a minute 35 to go here in the third.
And I'm going to say
period.
that was probably, 2-3 years ago when you had Sizemore, McFeeters, and Sanford and
possibly
that bunch. Seems like I remember down at Springs Valley, we scored a lot of points. Can't remember what the score was. If anybody knows that record, feel free to share it with us.
Well, if you give me just a second, I can probably come up with it.
You got the records on your phone?
It's amazing what I can pull up on my phone.
What do we do before phones?
I have no idea.
Jake's leg's going to be hurting tomorrow.
Oh,
big hit there by, was that?
That would be Roper McFeeters.
Roper said, if you're not going to let me run the ball, I'm going to tee off on somebody. So back to the 33-yard line. Be about a 10-yard return by the Wolfpack.
And they paid the punishment for
and we are inside 1 minute now.
1 minute to go here in the third.
Wolfpack's being very patient.
Yep.
15 seconds left on the play clock. This is a
new formation here.
He's in the gun. Ball, fumble, hits him into the knees.
Oh, Farmer misses that tackle. Jake giving a chase out wide, gonna get him, gonna run him out of bounds.
That may be the last play of the third quarter as the Wolfpack run it out to the 38.5, 39-yard line. Be a pickup of 6. And I would say Crawford County will probably, they've not broke the huddle yet. We're inside 10 seconds, so I'm guessing
I don't think they're
going to
gonna.
last play of the third quarter
Of the
with
third
the
quarter.
Senators up 64-0.
We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break from Meadowview, and we'll be back in just a moment.
You want to feel goosebumps? Then purchase a ticket to an athletic event at your local high school. You'll be making a lasting difference in your community. Buying a ticket to an IHSAA game or meet helps ensure your school has the funding it needs to operate. New uniforms, safer equipment, transportation. Your ticket purchase helps to pay for it all. You're also helping today's student athletes learn the life skills they need to get better jobs and become better leaders. Plus, you'll see them do some amazing things.
Whoa! Did you see that? Oh man, I think I just got goosebumps.
Me too.
High school sports. We pay, they play. Everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Back to live action here. The Senators are up 64-0. Doing some quick stat checking. The furthest back I can go, the most the Senators have ever scored is 75, and that was at Springs Valley in the 2014 season at Springs Valley.
Crawford comes out, back out
in their wing tee. Or sorry, their wing.
It's a wing tee.
Yeah. I didn't see there. My
Yeah.
vantage point had the back blocked.
Oh, they motion it.
And then they drop it. I don't know if we're going to get that one back or not. There was a red jersey that fell on it, but I think number 21, Keith Brooks, the quarterback, was able to fall right back on top of it. So
he's going to fall forward. Let's give him. Or no, he don't. He goes backwards 1 yard. So we'll bring up a 3rd down and 5. And Senators have a lot of new faces in the ball game. Sanford's out, Farmer's out.
Looks like Parker Green on the other side.
Jake Strange is still in. They're going to flare it out here in the flats to number 33 and just could not.
Braxton Sprouse was there to stop that one if it were to make it out there.
We'll bring up a 4th down and 5, and it looks like the Wolfpack will go for it. After this play, we will be inside the 10-minute mark to go in the ball game.
Looks like we've got a new quarterback warming up on the side. Gavin Ball, who is going to come in here in just a moment because Crawford did not pick up that 1st down. So Gavin Ball is going to come in, see his first varsity action. Gavin is a 6-foot freshman.
I'd say you'll see a lot of handoffs to Caden Van Cleve right now.
That's kind of what I'm thinking. We see a lot of.
Looks like Bryce Brown. Is he going to stay in or is he going to come out?
Looks like he's going to stay in. Jaron's going to stay in. Pearson's going to stay in. So it looks like our line, we're going to have some.
Andrew Lewis is in. I think coaches take a time. Or no, we got cramp.
Farmer down with another cramp.
He's out there drinking his Gatorade as he's laying on the ground.
Once again, Senators are up 64-0. This is WSLM 1220 AM and on West Washington live stream. We've got 9:49 left to go here in the game. Senators are up big. Farmer jumps up and is walking off. You can tell that he's definitely got a cramp in one of those legs. So
yeah. Remind everyone, next week the Senators will be at Mitchell in a very, very important PLAC game.
Which you had a report earlier that Mitchell may have had some injuries happen tonight.
Right.
Which could change kind of what they do offensively.
They're going to line up in the tee and run straight ahead. I mean,
that's what they do, but it may be somebody different that they're handing the ball off to.
Exactly. High snap.
High snap. Caden Van Cleve runs somebody over. That's number 33. Garrett Stout gets the tackle.
Poor kid. He's going to be sore in the morning.
That's the same kid that Caden hit down on the end zone to get in. So they meet each other in the hole quite a bit, and Caden's got the better of that the last 2 times it's happened.
Being very patient.
Yep.
Letting the clock run.
This is a freshman quarterback, Gavin Ball. That's a high snap back to Caden. Caden gets that.
He's got the corner.
Gets around the corner.
First down for the
First down for the Senators. Going to be at about the 20. Looks like they're going to walk it in at the 22.
That'll be a pickup of 14 yards, the longest run tonight for Caden.
Caden going to come out. Looks like 25 is going to come in. Ethan Roberts, another freshman, the 5'10", 171-pound running back. Give Van Cleve a little blow there.
Anytime you can get your young kids in on a Friday night under the lights, that's invaluable. And Roberts is going
to get the carry. He's going to get out
got a
wide.
little speed.
Jaron Roll out there with a nice block to get him down the sideline. Like we said, Ethan Roberts, the freshman there, does have some speed, can turn it on and get downfield.
So it can be first and goal from about the 8-yard line. So that'd be a 9-yard line, 13-yard gain for Mr. Roberts on his first carry.
Some good things for the Senators as their freshmen are getting in the game here. 7:32 to go. Senators up 64-0 over Crawford. Another high snap.
Roberts
going to be to Roberts. He's going to look for that pylon. He's going to get out wide and get into the end zone. We're going to have a penalty flag come in.
I'd say it's probably going to be holding.
That would be my guess.
Yep.
Roberts makes a long loop around, goes around the play clock down there, and then comes back in. Holding going to happen there. I'm not sure who they got it on, but that negates Roberts' touchdown, and then he's going to come out of the game. Van Cleve's going to come back in.
And they're going to spot the ball at the 11-yard line.
11-yard line, it looks like. Going to be a handoff to Van Cleve. Van Cleve out wide on this side. He's going to look for the end zone, and he's going to get in.
Touchdown Senators.
Touchdown Senators. Van Cleve does a nice job of turning that corner and then getting his shoulders square to get into the end zone. Makes it 70-0 West Washington. Senators get the play call coming in from the sideline.
Roberts try and get in the end zone here on 2-point conversion.
Handoff is to Roberts. Roberts looking. He is met by 33.
He's still up. He got it. He got it in.
He gets into the end zone after being held up by number 33, Garrett Stout, who isn't able to bring him down. And then he is able to bounce off that and get into the end zone to make it 72-0. 6:53 to go here. We're going to step aside, have a short commercial break from Ernstberger Orthodontist and WSLM. We'll be back in just a moment.
Hello, hello, it's Dr. Seth again from Ernstberger Orthodontics. Now, we've been tackling crooked teeth and bad bites with braces and Invisalign out of our Salem location for a while, and we absolutely love coming to the new office. We're so pumped to be able to offer a local option for folks wanting to improve their smile without so much driving and missed work and school. Not to mention, we're loving getting to know and support the wonderful Washington County schools, teams, and communities. When it's time for you or your family, smile with us at Ernstberger Orthodontics in New Albany and now Salem.
Get your mugshot 7 days a week at WSLMradio.com from all over Kentuckiana, Clark, Floyd, Harrison, Jackson, Lawrence, Scott, and Washington County.
Just go to WSLMradio.com and click on the police news and read the latest police news powered by Eddie Gilstrap Motors.
Follow the Gilstrap link to find the latest deals on new and used Ford, Lincoln, Mercury, and Jeeps, as well as scheduling your next service appointment.
80 years of their family serving yours.
Back to action here at Art Sanders Field. Harrison Sanford going to do some kicking duties.
Let's see this.
Takes
That's a
that
nice
one,
kick.
nice kick. Boots that one deep.
Catches all the way back to the 15.
Going to slide down.
Was that Pavey again and on the tackle? Pavey's Mr. Special Teams.
Well, that was number 9, Braxton Sprouse. I believe it looked like Pavey, but I believe it was Braxton Sprouse who got in on that one.
Oh, my apology. So down to 6:25 with the Senators leading 72-0. And yes, you heard that right.
Yeah.
It's been that kind of night.
That kind of night. The Senators seem to have everything going right, minus the one fumble that we had there early in the third quarter. Everything has gone just perfect for the Senators. Ball on the ground. Somebody gets hit. The Senators on it. Senator standing up with it. I don't know which one that is.
Covered.
Number 9, that's Braxton Sprouse again.
Nice job, Mr. Sprouse. Are we going to hit 80? I would say we will probably hit 80.
Looks like the first group is coming back out onto the field here. Coach Bausman sends his son along with Roper McFeeters, Jake Strange, Harrison Sanford, Bryce Farmer.
Unless they are going to...
Unless they're going to go in victory formation.
And let Holden run the play clock down to 1 second. Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yep, that's exactly what it looks like. Senators are in victory formation here. So we're waiting for the ball to be spotted. And
this may have been what happened last year that caused the problems. Is we went in victory formation, and Crawford, somebody we played, and I'm thinking it was Crawford, took a couple of cheap shots on some of our linemen by hitting them.
Right, and this is one of those things.
You tell the officials you are in victory formation, your quarterback's going to take a knee, there is no contact. It's a dead play.
Which is exactly what Holden does. He takes a knee there, so it's going to be 2nd down and 11 for all intensive purposes there. We have seen Holden a couple of times take a couple of steps back and then take a knee, but this one, he's not gonna do that. He's gonna take another knee here, back in victory formation again. What's going to be interesting is we're not going to be able to run the clock completely out. So
good point up here. Take a delay a game because the clock's not going to stop on that.
Right. We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Ball is spotted. Clock is running. 3:12 to go. Senators are up 72-0. 3 minutes exactly to go in the game. $19 to go on the play clock. Brings up another point. We haven't seen a Senator field goal or point after attempt.
No. I don't think we will this year.
I kind of doubt it. Going to be 4th down. Senator line turning around, talking to Holden, making sure everybody's on the same page. 21 to go on the play clock, 2:18 on the game clock. Senators are up 72-0 here. They're going to come up, take a snap, take another knee. Defense comes out onto the field. Nice job by first string coming
right
out,
there.
giving high fives to those JV players that are coming out onto the field now.
And I think I'd be shocked if Crawford even goes back out on offense. They may just let this be it.
Senators do come out and are over the ball. Crawford comes out, jogging out. They're going to set up to take another snap. Maybe enough time for 2 plays. We'll see. Senators set on defense. Running play there by Crawford. Ends up losing them 2 yards, 3 yards. Under a minute to go, 50 seconds exactly. Senators are up 72-0. Couldn't really ask for anything more tonight from your football boys.
No, played extremely well. And again, no unsportsmanlike penalties. Our kids were very, very focused tonight.
There's a pitch around the outside, number 7.
Oh, big hit there by
Xander
Is that
Sandoval.
McFeeters
That is
again?
McFeeters. Gonna
And that
lay
will
the
be the
wood
last.
on him there. That ball gonna come back in. 13 seconds to go. I don't think we're gonna get another play off. So the Senators are gonna win this one 72-0 over the Crawford County Wolfpack. The mercy rule was in effect for the second half, and the Senators still put up close to 20 points in a second half with a running clock. Complete the whole time a running clock. So, quite an accomplishment there for the Senators. We're going to step aside, have a few commercial breaks from the American Flea Market, the IHSAA, and Ace Hardware. We'll be back with stats in just a moment.
What's included in the price of a ticket when you attend a high school athletic event? For starters, greater opportunities for our kids.
And here comes Lopez. He dribbles, fakes, shoots, and scores! A high-paying job!
Putting today's young people on the pathway to success, inspiring them to never give up, encouraging them to always do their best, teaching them how to be better leaders. It's all included in the price of admission when you go to an IHSAA athletic event. All you have to do is buy a ticket.
I can do that.
High school sports. We pay, they play, everybody wins. This message brought to you by the IHSAA, encouraging you to go to a high school game this week and help build a future that benefits us all.
Oh, my goodness!
Come visit America Flea Market in Salem. We've got over 22,000 square feet of treasures and one of the largest indoor flea markets in Kentuckiana. Located at 110 Progress Boulevard in Salem, We're one of the ultimate destinations for picking and saving and a fun place to shop. We have over 70 vendors and a huge selection of new, used, antique, primitive, and vintage items. Beat the heat. Stop in our air-conditioned store. Come and see us Tuesday through Sunday. We open up at 11 a.m. America Flea Market, where makers pick and shoppers save.
Back live here on WSLM 1220 and on West Washington live stream. Coach Russell, break down some stats for us.
All right, let's recap the scoring. At the 10:51 mark of the first quarter, the Senators get on the board first, and it's going to be the first of many here in the first quarter, first half. Harrison Sanford takes a 14-yard pass from Holden Bousman to the end zone. Roper McFeeters runs in the two-point conversion, making it 8-0. 1 minute later at the 9:51 mark, Holden Bousman decides to keep it on a fake this time, takes it in 12 yards untouched for the touchdown. Chase Farmer catches a two-point conversion from Bousman to make it 16-0. At the 9:33 mark, 18 seconds later, after recovering a fumble, Brady Coulter takes his first carry of the year, untouched, 22 yards for a touchdown. Farmer again catches a two-point conversion from Bousman, making it 24-0. Then at the 5:36 mark, still in the first quarter, Harrison Sanford catches a 37-yard pass from Bousman. Again, McFeeters runs in the two-point conversion to make it 32-0, and that's where we stood at the end of the first quarter. At the 8:57 mark of the second quarter, Harrison Sanford runs past three defenders. Holden Bousman hits him perfectly in stride for an 84-yard touchdown pass. Coulter runs in two-point conversion, making it 40-0. At the 6:36 mark of the second quarter, Brady Coulter once again runs it in from 35 yards out. This time, Parker Green catches a tip ball off the hands of Jake Strange for the two-point conversion from Bousman, making it 48-0. Then the final score in the first half by the Senators came at the 3:39 mark when Chase Farmer catches a 47-yard pass from Bousman. Green also, again, catches the two-point conversion, making it 56-0, and that's what it stood at the half. In the second half, as we've mentioned numerous times tonight, we played with the mercy rule, which means the clock runs continuously unless you have a scoring play, an injury, or a timeout. West Washington, at the 1:35 mark left in the first quarter, Sanford catches a 4-yard touchdown pass from Bousman. Caden Van Cleve, a sophomore, runs in the two-point conversion, making it 64-0. Then in the fourth quarter, which was all JV kids, at the 6:53 mark, Caden Van Cleve goes in from 10 yards out. Ethan Roberts, a great second effort to get the two-point conversion to make it 72-0, and that's the way the game ended. Team stats, individual stats for Crawford County, they had 4 first downs in the ball game. All 4 of them, I believe, were in the first half. They ran the ball 32 times for 46 yards. They were 2 out of 7 passing with 1 interception for 30 yards. So they had a total of 76 yards offense in the ball game. Complete domination by the Senator defense. Crawford County helped us out with 6 fumbles, losing 4 of them. The Wolfpack was also penalized 6 times for 30 yards. For the Senators, we only had 6 downs, but again, as we said, when you're scoring on big plays, you're not going to have first downs, and that's why we've only got 6. Now, you listen to the rest of these stats, you understand. When we ran it 17 times for 170 yards, or 10 yards per rushing attempt. We were 5 out of 6 passing with no interceptions for 185 yards. Total for the ball game, we ran 23 plays for 355 yards. We did have 1 fumble, which we lost. We were penalized 6 times for 49 yards. Individually for the Senators, rushing, Roper McFeeters ran 2 times for 9 yards. Holden Bousman ran it 2 times for 49 yards. Caden Van Cleve 7 times for 48 yards. Ethan Roberts 1 time for 13 yards. Brady Coulter 4 times for 53 yards. Again, Holden was 5 out of 6 passing, no interceptions for 185 yards and 5 touchdowns. Leading receiver was Harrison Sanford, 4 catches for 138 yards. he also had 4 touchdowns, or he had 4 touchdowns, and then the other touchdown and completion went to Chase Farmer. 1 catch for 47 yards. Again, it was Chase's birthday today. Great birthday present from his teammates. He has 1 touchdown, some great punt returns. He also had two 2-point conversions. So that is the stats.
That is it
was an impressive night by the Senators.
It is an impressive night by the Senators. We're going to step aside, have a couple of commercial breaks, and we should be joined shortly by Coach Bausman in just a moment.
Ace is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Why would you wander around a warehouse store looking for paint? You could just swing by your neighborhood Ace. In addition to Ace's award-winning service, we have top-rated paint like Valspar and Clark & Kensington. Plus, our color matching technology allows us to match any color. So stop wandering and start painting. Head to your neighborhood Ace today.
Before your next project, talk to your local paint experts, Eva Marie and Erica, at Ace Hardware of Salem. Stop in today and see why we're the helpful place.
Let's get on our feet and give a big hand to the starting lineup at McDonald's here in Salem. The quarter pounder is coming on the field. Filet of fish and those golden delicious fries are warming up on the sideline. And now for the feature star of the night, the Big Mac. You score every time with a hot, fresh meal from McDonald's in Salem, whether you're there for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Take a time out and stop by before or after the big game to check out their all-day breakfast menu or value menu. Download the McDonald's app and you can get great deals on delicious tastes all day long, including buy 5 McCafe drinks and get 1 free. You'll score every time with the wife and kids when you make a touchdown at the Golden Arches right here in Salem. And don't forget, McDonald's has gift cards so you can give that great fresh taste all season long. Or stop by 601 South Main Street today. And be sure to tune in on Wednesday nights at 7 for WSL. We'll be broadcasting live at McDonald's for Coach's Corner.
After a joint injury or illness, Battleview and Salem Crossing are the best choices for helping you recover. Our Moving Forward rehabilitation program offers a full range of therapies. We're here to help you return home safely with the skills you need to live life on your own terms. Battleview and Salem Crossing, 2 great options for your rehabilitation. To learn more, visit asccare.com or call 888-996-8272.
We're joined here on WSLM 1220 by Coach Bausman, letting him get settled in here. Quite the offensive explosion that he that his team put up. Scoring 72 points. You can't ask for your boys to do much better than that.
Yeah, they did a great job and executed, and Crawford County's got low numbers and trying to build a program, but we still have to go out and execute. We've played many Crawford County teams, and it was 14-0 at half, or up just a couple other scores. So, you got to give our guys credit in the way they played, and I thought we were disciplined and executed things well. I thought we tackled really well. Gang tackled, flew to the football, and at this point in a game like this, you're looking at technique and fundamentals, see if you're in the right position, because you can play games like this and really be out of position and still make plays. So that's kind of our evaluation in this game. And I thought a couple times when they ran a counter on us, quarterback got loose once because our end bit down on the fullback. So those are little things you look and coach up, and for the most part, I thought we stayed true to our technique.
When you look at your stats overall, you didn't run very many plays, but you were scoring, left and right, and it didn't seem to matter who you gave the ball to. They were getting in the end zone, whether it was Holden throwing the ball to Harrison or handing it off to one of the backs in the backfield. They just went wild, just kind of everywhere, which is kind of a different story than the first week. The first half seemed kind of like a struggle. I know first week jitters and everything, but tonight your boys came out and were just on fire.
Yeah, it was a much calmer sideline, I can tell you that much, and calmer on the field. So, that just I think you give our guys a lot of credit for their focus this week, and they're just being positive. When you lose your 2 All-State kids, it's important to me that the guys don't, panic and think, well, those 2 guys are out, so what are we going to do now? Well, we've prepared this team to play at a high level and execute and win a lot of football games and go win championships. And I've said it after week 1 that our goals are still the same. All of our goals can be achieved with even after losing 2 guys last week. So it's important to me that our guys were positive this week, and they were. And I told our guys, coaches believe in you, players believe in each other. The community will believe in you as you go out and perform every Friday night of, hey, these guys are still explosive, and we're a very explosive team. And maybe we won't have these big of a plays against, Mitchell next week, but we hope to. But we also understand that they're going to make us drive the field, and we're going to have to continuously execute and sustain drives. So that's something we'll focus on as we go into this week.
Well, and even your boys who come in for the injured, Bobby Stevens, you can't replace a 2,000-yard back in the backfield. You just don't have another one of those that you can substitute in. But Roper McFeeters comes in and runs hard the first couple of plays. Then you get Brady Coulter in, and he runs 6 or 7 plays just straight downhill.
The nice thing about that is in zone, when you run a zone, inside, outside zone, there's angles. And sometimes we tell our guys, you bend it, bang it, or bounce it. And there's 3 different alleys that you might hit, and you got to have great vision. And we were talking to Roper a lot this week about the bend and to bend it back on outside zone. And that's what Brady did on his first touchdown and his second touchdown. I don't remember if it was inside or outside zone, but you can create alleys. And he's not ran the ball. Last year he didn't get to play much because of his leg or his knee, but he saw those alleys, and he could have had poor vision and just stuck his helmet in one of our guys' back and got tackled for a 5-yard gain, but he was patient and ran the zone offense, inside, outside zone, just like you're supposed to. And then he was able to, we had great blocking downfield. If you don't have good blocking downfield, those big plays don't happen. So we have very good, better than good. We have great blocking on the perimeter with Parker, Chase, and Harrison. They're big, they're physical, they're basketball players that know how to move their body and shield guys. And then what's impressive is sometimes it hurts us and we get called for a hold because, I'll be honest, officials don't see guys block like that a lot. Is when we pancake a guy out on the perimeter, but we do a lot. So we take a lot of pride in that, and we understand that's the difference in 10 yards to a 20, 30-yard touchdown.
Well, and even your linemen, they're big guys. They're all 220, 230 plus, and they're athletic. They get out, on the second level and find a linebacker or DB out there. And there was a time towards the end of the game where Jaron Roll found I think it was a DB, and pushed him probably 15 yards down the field. That allowed Van Cleve to get into the end zone.
Yeah, and we do. We have linemen that can get to the perimeter, and we have some perimeter runs, and. We didn't run screen game tonight, but same thing in screen. When you have your screen game, you got to be great open field blockers, whether you're interior or out on the perimeter. So with our receivers, but the key is where are your feet? If you have good feet, you're gonna be a great blocker in space. And I think our line has great feet. They run their feet that allow them to be great blockers.
Coach, looking forward. You've got Mitchell coming up next week. There was a report earlier that they may have some injuries. And you've got some injuries. What's that matchup kind of look like? I know that's 7 days away, but what's that look like a little bit for you?
Well, I know they've been talking a lot about their line, and I've not watched any film. They actually sent us film today, and we wait till the weekend to look at it, but went ahead and traded a game this morning, so I haven't looked at it, and we'll probably actually look at it here in just a couple hours. But they're a team up front. They always like to run the football. Coach Pritchett's ran a lot of T. Everybody remembers it here. It was successful with his brother in the early 90s, and then they went to the state finals and had so much success, and it's a great offense. But they just pride themselves in running the football. They'll occasionally throw in some pass and play action pass is big off their run game. I think they're running more of some wing looks this year, whether it's wing T or single wing. I don't know exactly. I've not seen it, but I think they're running some stuff just that's a little more outside the box of running the T. So, but they're still going to run the football first. So we're going to have to win up front. And every week you want to win first and second down, but a team that is going to, Coach Pritchett does a good job with patience. He will take 4 plays to get his 10 yards. So you have to win first and second down. If you give up a cheap 5 for a penalty, or they gain 3 on the first, 3 to 4 on the first or second down, then they're right on pace and where they want to be. So it's important to win first and second down where they're second and long, third and long. You got to win those downs because they're going to be patient and use all 4 downs.
Your team, has grown up, for lack of a better term, over the summer. You've got some maturity. You've got some of the guys who were playing as sophomores and juniors, have grown up now and are juniors and seniors. Holding behind, as a quarterback, he's making really good decisions tonight. He threw for 4 touchdown passes to, Harrison, and he just looks real comfortable down there, and when it's not there, he pulls it down and takes off.
Yeah.
I mean, he's just gone.
Well, that's something I've preached to him since he was little, running the football as a quarterback. You don't ever have to prove it, and I've told not just him, I've always told my quarterbacks, you don't have to prove anything to me. I still remember Michael Sizemore going down the sideline in 2015 at Mitchell, and it was him and another kid. He had nowhere to go except he was going to get hit and go out of bounds. Michael lowered his helmet, and it was helmet to helmet. And he didn't gain any yards. And I was like, Michael, you gained nothing from that other than a potential concussion. So I've tried to coach our quarterbacks in a way to be very smart when it comes to getting hit. I thought Chase was being smart over there, but I think he cramped up.
Yeah, he did.
But that's kind of what I want our guys to do. If you're getting, guys are bearing down on you on the sideline, that's an extra defender. The sideline doesn't hurt as bad as the person getting ready to hit you where you're boxed in. So be very smart. I think Holden does. He makes pretty good decisions back there when to run on the read plays. Decision-making, throwing the football. He's got great receivers. He's got a great line to protect him. But he's grown up a lot with his strength. He's gotten bigger, faster, and stronger. Arm strength is way better, and he's gotten faster. May need to work on his conditioning because kid had a great angle and got him tackled. I'd actually told those guys to take a knee when they intercepted, if they intercepted it, and then they said, what if we can score? So you hate to take that away from them if they make a great play. But at any rate, but not just Holden. I mean, Harrison is so much more explosive. Chase, Parker on the perimeter, our other back. I mean, line so much stronger. Just everybody physically has matured. And there's 2 things that can happen in a year. You can be a year older and be the same player because you're not going to be better just because you're a year older. What work do you put in that year? These guys have put in so much work in the weight room and conditioning and in their skill development that they are better players as well as being a year older.
Coach, we're going to let you get out of here and celebrate your victory a little bit tonight, and then back at it again this upcoming week with Mitchell at Mitchell. So congratulations on your win. We're going to take a commercial break, come back with our final thoughts here on WSLM 1220.
Thank you.
Wouldn't it be great to find a dealer that puts their customer satisfaction over their profits? Well, you have. Betty Gilstrap Motors in Salem, Indiana has been your hometown Ford dealership for over 80 years. No hassle, no pressure, and ranked in the top 6% nationwide for customer service. Specializing in Ford, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, and Ram, Eddie Gilstrap Motors is your one-stop shop for